I'm sad. We already shot. We had to reshoot this video, and
because somebody's mic didn't work.
And I scared Brent really good with a good.
Oh right, he's only saying that because I scared him, and now he's trying to flip the script on it.
It was a good little joke.
Who do you think yelled football to get scared?
I yelled football, and it was a good one. Now I can't do it, or else it won't surprise you.
This is such a terrible opening now.
Football!
Dang it, he got me! It's like we're talking about like what happened on the video that we had to trash.
It's sad that we don't.
All right, so you know what? This is about fallers. He gets to get into that more. But FanDuel.
We're talking fallers.
Why don't you tell him about FanDuel? Just tell him about FanDuel.
Get into our FanDuel game. It's a $5 game. Click on the link in the description. It's a Beat the Experts. It's a regular cash game, so you win the cash just like you normally would. But if you beat all the experts and you finish in the top 2 or 3, you get a free entry into the Sunday Million in the next week. So check that out.
Talk about the first faller.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll let you start now, too.
We're
switching it all up here.
Rashad Penny is a guy, really liked him coming into the year, and he had some good reports right at the beginning. But ever since then, he broke his finger. The reports on Carson have been absolutely amazing, and now they're saying he's 16 pounds heavier than when he was at the Combine. So that's not what you want to hear.
Trending in the wrong direction.
But the potential is still there. I mean, he was a first-round pick. You got to think long-term, he's still the guy to own out there with Seattle. We moved him down. We got him as our 28th running back right now. He's still a guy that, and at this point, he's even a better value potentially on draft day. We're not completely steering away from him, but he has moved down a little bit.
All right, first guy I want to talk about is good old Dez Bryant. If you drafted a month ago, you're like, ooh, maybe he'll end up on Seattle, and then, oh, it's going to be the Browns, and like Edelman gets suspended, and it was never going to happen. But if you draft him, you're like, ooh, could he be with Tom Brady? And now, 2 preseason games in, he still isn't signed. So when it went, exactly, that is exactly what you should be thinking. I don't know if he's going to get signed to start the year. It's really questionable at this point. He's not even a great like stash, in my opinion. It's just getting too late in the game. So he is a faller.
Faller. Sony Michel's our next faller. And basically everything I said about Penny, you can kind of say about Michel in terms of guy, first round pick, all this hype, good offense. But now there's just a whole bunch of question marks. He's coming off of a knee procedure. And what's going to happen with the touches? They got White, they got Burkhead, Hill, Gillislee. I'm sure one of those guys won't be on the final roster, but there's just too much uncertainty to keep him where he was. We got him. We moved him 1 pick behind Penny as of right now at 29. So you got to move him down. But the excitement's still there. But it's just a little riskier now.
All right, last year it looks like all the rookie running backs worked out, so I think that made it why there's so much hype coming into this year when it comes to rookie running backs. And I got another one now, and foreshadowing, I got another one later too. But Ronald Jones, people are giving a lot of hype like, oh, there's nobody in Tampa Bay. He's going to be awesome. He's super fast. He's going to be great. Well, he came to camp and all of a sudden they're like, well, Peyton Barber's actually pretty good. And sure, you're fast, but you're not really picking up pass protection. And then people assume because he's fast, he can catch. Those don't necessarily mix. He couldn't catch in college and apparently can't really catch now. So he's still got a lot of upside. He could still be very good. It's just, he just isn't living up to kind of like the hype right now. And it looks like Peyton Barber is going to be the starting back week 1.
Carson Wentz is next. This is a guy, he was ranked all over the place, about 6 weeks ago. We even saw him as high as like 2 or 3 just because, it was pretty ridiculous what he was doing last year when he was healthy. But he's coming off a major knee injury, and now
Dustin Hughes going to be MVP if he get hurt.
But now it's like there's a legit chance he might not be ready for week 1. We're just a couple weeks away at this point, so there's something there, obviously, that you need to be concerned about. And one of the reasons that made him so valuable was his rushing. He doesn't rush a ton, but he rushed enough to where that was a part of his value. And you got to think he's going to shy away from that more this year.
Well, he actually got hurt. Like, I hate the comment, he was going to be MVP. Like, yeah, I get it. He would have, but he actually got hurt, and he's coming into this year, and that really happened.
Yeah, it really happened.
So
you got to move him down a little bit.
Yeah. All right, next guy's Henry. Off-season, DeMarco Murray left. You're like, yes, this is going to be amazing. I know Dustin was thrilled because he got him in the keeper league cheap, and he's like, they're going to unleash Henry. And then what happened?
Signed my boy Deion Lewis.
How long did it take him to do that?
1 day.
That's not good.
It may have been 2 days.
So what happens is, then all of a sudden you're like, well, don't worry. Henry's still going to be okay. You know, Lewis is going to be the change of pace back. You know, Henry's going to get a ton of goal lines. It'd be great. And all of a sudden they get into camp and they're splitting a lot more. And it doesn't sound great. So while he hasn't fallen an insane amount, there's just enough out there to make you a little bit more unsettled about him. Let's put it that way.
Some people, I think he's fallen too far, though. There's still the Kamara.
That's on your keeper league?
There's still the Kamara Ingram potential there with a little.
Yes, to a degree, but the Saints offense and Tennessee offense.
I'm just saying he's fallen real far on some rankings.
Well, yeah, if you can get him at a value now, too. I still think he can be a value, but he's fallen for a reason.
LaShawn McCoy is next. We have him as our 17th running back at this point, which is crazy when you think about that he had over 15,000 total yards or 1,500 total yards last year, and he's healthy. So it's, man, 17, that's kind of crazy. But he is old, and all that off the field stuff, lawsuit stuff, it's just scary enough. And especially in the NFL now where you're guilty until proven innocent, it's just going to hang over his head all season until it's officially gone. And it might not ever be officially gone, you know. And it's just a little scary. It's scary enough to move him down just a little bit. If he was younger, you know, maybe we wouldn't be as scared. But when you just couple that with his age, and at some point you know he's going to fall off the running back cliff like every running back does around his age, he's just scarier than normal this year.
All right, next on the list, we got a ton of hate in our overvalued video, and that's Alshon Jeffrey. And what we said was he's only 6 months removed from like the injury, the torn rotator cuff, and you know Carson Wentz did really get hurt again. So you know we were just a little unsettled with him as like certainly a low end wide receiver one. We didn't see it there. So now all of a sudden he got hurt again. He's on like the active PUP list, and there's like how much is he going to play? Is he going to play week 1? And just a lot of uncertainty, so he slipped down to a wide receiver 2. In the last couple days, he's kind of even slipping like even past that. So it's like the reason we had him on an overvalued is simply because there's a lot of issues around him, a lot of uncertainty. That offense spreads it out a lot. So again, I will draft Alshon Jeffrey at the right spot in leagues, but he is falling for a reason. And again, there's just a lot of unsettling stuff with him.
Jerick McKinnon is next. This is another guy we had on our overvalued list and got way more hate on him than
all the McKinnon fans came
anyone else.
Yeah, McKinnon had a huge following. Everyone loved him before 49ers.
I mean, here's the deal. I mean, when, you know, maybe about a month or so ago, he was in a lot of cases right at kind of 10, 11, 12 in most rankings. And we've just said that we question his durability as every down back, and we don't really necessarily see him as an every down back. We think he's going to split with somebody, and it'd be a pretty heavy split. But that doesn't mean he can't have value. We still love him in PPR leagues. We think there's still a very good chance he has over 1,000 total yards. And as of now, he slips back down to about 15 to 17 ranges, which is where we've had him all along. And we haven't actually moved him because we think that still makes sense. He's going to have a good year if he can stay healthy. He's going to be very involved in that offense. We just thought people were getting a little too excited about McKinnon.
Last one I was talking about, hate that we got. It's another rookie. It's Nick Chubb. And, you know, in the rookie review, we got a little hate because like, oh, Nick Chubb's a beast and all that. And again, what we always say is fantasy's really talent and opportunity. He might be extremely talented. However, on the Browns, I got my boy Duke Johnson, going in the third down back. He's a lock for those carries. Then you got Carlos Hyde, who had a pretty good year last year. He's solid. He's not like super old either. So you have that, and then you have Chubb. So it's just a lot of stuff in his way. So opportunity's not there. And then he got some weird Hard Knocks bump because people always do that aren't Hard Knocks. And now people are coming back to realization like, oh, well, he's actually not going to touch the ball that much at first. So he is falling. He's actually, out of all of the like name rookies, he's the last one being drafted, and he should be right now.
I don't know if Duke Johnson would like being called Dookie.
I didn't even think of that.
Really? You didn't even think of that?
I didn't even think of that.
I don't know if he'd like that.
I didn't even think of that.
So those are our fallers. Check out all our other videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join our FanDuel game. Help us out. Compete against us. It's a lot of fun. Dookie!
Dookie!